All right, y'all. Happy Easter. I hope y'all day is going phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and, say I was going to get my, reactions on out the way so I can go ahead and enjoy this beautiful day today too with my kids and all of that great good stuff that is going on and great food. Okay. All right. Now, with that being said, though, first thing first and foremost, we got to dive into some stuff, y'all. Now, I mentioned in my last reaction for the state of Michigan that it was in my comment section that the guy of the name Mike Cox is running 2026, y'all. I said I was going to get out of information. So if you want to support him, unfortunately, we won't be able to vote, but I can put, and I don't know who else is running. If y'all know who else is running that y'all think would be a great candidate, put them in the comment section. Let's put them out there, y'all, so that these people can be seen. Because it is very important and when it's time to vote again, that you put the right people where they need to go, or you will be all of this going on now will be for nothing. I'm just going to say it. We do not want to go backwards. We want to move forward. We want to move forward now. Okay. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, Mike Cox coming straight from his page. He running. He running. Okay. He running. 2026 Mike Cox is running. Okay. Now, with that being said, y'all, we're going to hear a little bit of what he got to say. This is coming straight from his page as well. If y'all want to follow him on X, it's Mike Cox 2026. That's COX. All right. So let's get into it. Listen to what he got to say. And I'm going to let y'all choose from there. Okay.
I know how to get things done. And I've actually, of all the people running for governor, I've actually won twice statewide. I know how to get things done.
Okay. But not only that, hang on. And I got my reactions up, but hold on, y'all, real quick. Let's do this. Hold tight. Load up. Okay, let's go here. Okay, let's go here. And then we're going to take it. Hang on, boom, pause that. We're going to go here. And then we are going to go in here.
Just over a little bit,
and we're going to pause that because that ain't the one we trying to get. We're going to pause that. And I'm going to take it. Where did I put it at? Where is it? Right here. Boom. Just to give you
former Michigan Attorney General.
Okay.
So, David, you heard it right there from...
Just over a little bit, ma'am.
Hang on, y'all. I'm throwing this out the blue because I want y'all to get familiar with him. So, hold on.
David, you heard it right there from CNN.
Former Michigan Attorney General Mike Cox.
All right, boom. There we go. Okay. Boom. Do you want even better? So, let's just hear what he has to say.
Former Michigan Attorney General Mike Cox announced this week that he will be a Republican candidate for governor in 2026. He says the state's education system is not performing as it should, and unemployment in the state is too high. Those are two of the things he said he would focus on if elected. With the filing deadline a year away, the field's already grown for Democrats, Republicans, and even one big-name independent. Cox spoke with political reporter Rick Albin about how he sees the race more than a year and a half out.
This race looks like it should be, in this sense. There ought to be people out there speaking about what they're going to do and explain it to you. And voters ought to get a chance to meet them, open the doors, turn the faucet, and figure out who they want. It's going to be a brawl. And I've been through primaries before. You're in first place, you're in third place, you're second place, back up to first. And it's a roller coaster. But Michigan is too important to not ride that roller coaster. And at the end of the day, I plan on being governor in 2027 and talking to you about that. And executing on the plans to make Michigan great again.
Senate Republican leader Eric Nesbitt has declared his intention to seek the party's nomination along with Congressman John James. Democrats running include Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson, and Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan is running again as an independent.
All right. All right. That's it. Okay, so you get what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I can't tell y'all who to vote for. I know his name was brought up in the comment section that he was running. So let's put him out there. Y'all know somebody that's running and they need to be seen and they ain't getting the news that they should be getting, or the blast, just like Brandon shows or whatever. Y'all know he was hitting it and we put his name out there, get his name out there. And now he's getting well known. That's what it's all about, y'all. You got to get him out there. So moving right along. All right. So we're going to get into this, y'all, because this has been going on since President Trump sat down with El Salvador's president, and they were saying eye to eye about this immigration problem, you know, illegals and gangs and all this other type of stuff. And that right there set fire to the liberals, the left side, Democrats, whatever you want to call it. They were not liking it. They actually called a related gang member a resident of the United States, and that ain't so. A lot of stuff is coming undone. That's why it's best to sit back and watch. Now, here's something. You take the tax dollars and you fly your tail all the way over there to sit down and have margaritas and drinks with the very people that are committing crimes in your country. You a fool. Whole time. Meanwhile, let me remind y'all of what was going on. I'm having trouble getting over the fact that Democrats sent a U.S. senator on a 4.5-hour flight to another country to fight to release a criminal illegal immigrant, but couldn't find any time to make a short road trip to Western North Carolina after the Hurricane Helena to help us. And I feel you. Ain't that some effed up ish? 4.5? And y'all couldn't drive y'all little funky tails down here to see how these people are doing, and then FEMA didn't have no money to even help because y'all drained them. Let's get into it. This Easter Sunday. Let's go. Let me play it back. You see where they priorities is at. You see where they fall. Look at this. Look. Not to mention our president got in place and had people out there helping them clean that stuff up with a little bit of no time, y'all. You see where they at. I'm just here to show y'all so we can all make the right decision when it's time to vote again. Say their names, remember their names, and vote them people out. It's that simple. Let's keep it moving. Tom Hogan. You know he was coming. U.S. Senator traveled to El Salvador on taxpayers' dime to meet with MS-13 gang member. How many angel moms and dads he's met in the state of Maryland? Facts. Let's get into it. Okay, because he knew this was coming. This day was coming.
What bothers me more than that is a U.S. Senator traveled to El Salvador on taxpayer dime to meet with an MS-13 gang member, public safety threat terrorist. I mean, in the meantime, the day before he traveled, an illegal alien was arrested for murder, released to the streets rather than honoring an ICE detainer in his very own state. What concerns me is Van Halen never went to the border the last 4 years on Joe Biden when he had a 600% increase in sex trafficking of women and children. You have a record number of no-inspected terrorists crossing that border. You had 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl overdose because of the open border. You had over 4,000 illegal aliens died making that journey, which is an historic record. What shocks me is he's remained silent on the travesty that happened on our southern border. Many people died. Thousands of people died. I've met with hundreds of angel moms and dads who buried their children that were murdered by an illegal alien. How many angel moms and dads has he met in the state of Maryland? That's what concerns me. What bothers me more than that is the U.S. Senate.
None, according to them, none. Now y'all is going around where Chris is trying to clean up mess, talking about when he was doing that speaking up in front of people looking like a bimbo that he is, talking about my heart goes out to the mother of the child that lost their daughter, but the criminal is being convicted and all this other type of stuff. No. The point of the situation is, dude, bimbo, and you're only doing that because people been getting in your tail, is to try to clean your name up because you look really stupid flying with our tax dollars over there that we didn't even ask you to do to go visit the very people that's killing the people in your country. Make that make sense. We can't. Now you want to try to clean up house. No, hell no. You showed your true colors. They sticking to you. You know what you represent. And when it's time to get you up out of there, you're out. Point blank period. My boy Tom couldn't have said that no better. Here you go. Confirms taxpayers pay. Look, confirms. He confirmed that he used our tax dollars to fly his 4.5 ass over there, excuse my French, to go sit down and have cocktails and drink water with this bimbo. Check him out. Let's get it. Coming straight from Rapid Response.
Who did pay for this trip?
This was an officially cleared, congressional trip, cleared
So
on a
taxpayer
bipartisan
dollars.
basis. Yes, like every other trip.
Who did pay for this trip?
And that's why they put a stop to it. You all will no longer use our tax dollars for BS. We don't support this, just so y'all know that. We don't support this type of stuff. Not us, not the people with common sense. Thank God that he stopped that. They can no longer fly off our tax dollars. Yeah, figure it out. Get it out your pockets, your own pockets, and go do that BS. Because we ain't for it. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Proves he completely misses the point in his response to Patty Morin, whose daughter was murdered by an illegal immigrant in Maryland. I'm not sure why Garcia's rights should be denied based on an awful murder that had absolutely nothing to do.
I'm not sure why Abrego Garcia's rights should be denied based on an awful murder that he had absolutely nothing to do with. I'm not sure why.
What makes him better than any other illegal immigrant here? What makes him any freaking better? A crime is a crime. And do you know birds that flock together, roll together and all that? Do you know the type of stuff that goes up underneath that gang alone, and many more out there, and what it represents? What the hell do you mean? Like, why would you even fix your mouth to say that type of ish? Keep it moving, y'all. So, for those who don't know, I'm just gonna fill y'all in. Kevin O'Leary, Elon Musk is an ant under a microscope. He's a hero. For those who don't know, Elon came in that thing. Y'all, we going on month 3 as of today. So Elon, they came in with the ball rolling. Let me tell y'all something. Elon and the Doge team has exposed so many people. This is the reason why the chaos is taking place now. This is the very reason why they did not want Trump to get up in that office, y'all. They did everything in their will to try to stop him, making him a convicted felony, which all them counts don't even count. Don't even make sense. Just imagine if we did not pull together like we were supposed to, where Trump would be at right now and the rest of his people, and what they will continue to keep doing and not letting us know. Shout out to Elon Musk and the Doge team and everybody who's exposing these people and letting us know where our tax dollars are really going. Letting us know, because God knows, boy, if it would have went the other way around, we ain't gonna have no country. They sold our freaking country, y'all. And we was getting slapped in the face left to right. Just slapped in the face. Trump come in. America has their balls back. They have their kahuna balls back, y'all. We got our balls back. And we want to keep them. Now, let's keep it moving. Let's get into it, y'all.
Is he wrong? Are they not vandalizing a great American company? Is Tesla not a great American company?
I didn't say he was. I didn't say he was
So,
wrong.
so
No,
Elon put himself under. He's like an ant under a microscope.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing something that's been so needed for so long. He's just simply saying, "Look at what I found here. Look at what I found here. Look at the waste. Look at the fraud. Look at and you
they're
can't
doing a terrible
execute
job.
it.
The thing
And
that-
if you
the
don't
thing about
like
that
it,
clip-
you don't have to do anything about it. But he's pointing it out. This guy.
Well, first of all, we should say this.
He's a hero.
Well,
Is he wrong?
Point blank, period. A hero. And some of y'all still blind and don't care. Still out here doing these protests and stuff today, anti-Trump. Be careful with them too, because they are is saying that they are the anti-Antifa or whatever is showing up and stuff like that or whatever. Y'all be very careful if you are part of these protests that are going on that's anti-Trump and all these other protests that are taking place. Be careful or stay at home. One of the two. One or the two, y'all. It's getting crazy out there. It's getting really crazy out there. Now, I'm going to one of my boys, which is Stephen Miller, because he one of the most intelligent guys that's going to tell you how it is, baby. Straight to the point. straight knowledgeable, very intelligent, very smart. Don't play with him. Let's get into it. Wow, listen how angry Stephen Miller is. Yep, we finna F around and find out. Check him out.
How many stories I could tell you of children that were trafficked across the border and raped because of the policies of Joe Biden? There aren't enough volumes that could fit into a library to calculate the carnage that has been inflicted by the Democrat Party's policy of open borders. We can spend the rest of our lives trying to document those harms. Where does our whole country go to get repaid for all of the wealth, all of the prosperity and security that has been stolen from us by decades of uncontrolled illegal mass migration? Because we all deserve reparations for what has been stolen from us. It is a tragedy that defies our ability to even describe it. Do you have any stories I could tell you?
So Stephen for the reparations. He say he for the reparations. All right, y'all. So like I was telling y'all, police were gathering and things like that for all these protests on Sunday. Anti-Trump protests. You got a lot of different type of protests that are going on out here. You have to be very, 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 very careful, or just keep your tails at home. All right. This is just a small clip of it that's going on.
Thanks, guys. Hopefully overtime pays worth it.
So you have the anti-Trump protest going on. You also have the Austin situation where they protesting and things like that. It's a lot of different protests going on. So the police are suited up, booted up, and ready to work. So just be careful out there. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head on the swivel. Check your surroundings. Careful. You see something ain't right or whatnot, leave. You feel that gut feeling that you got going on, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Get up out of there. All right. Now we gonna go here. It says, look, straight from Laura Loomer on X. If y'all want to follow her, identical printed signs were neatly arranged outside the White House today for anti-Trump protesters to hold. So hopefully they understand they ain't getting these little papers and actually knowing what signs they holding up and what they stand for. So when they get blasted, that they'll know what the hell they holding up. Because most likely these folks are being paid. And we watched one reaction where the lady actually gave us a breakdown and all of that type of stuff, where she only got paid $110 to go out there and act the fool. So they low blowing these folks to go out here and protest. Let's get into it.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. The people united will never be defeated. 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 The people.
How are y'all saying y'all united and y'all the very same people that's dividing the people? United means this. Everybody is one. Divided means this. It's definitely not this. Okay? It's not giving this. It's giving this. But you have to blame it on the people who were in office before then, because it started way back a long time ago. If we trying to dig into history, and somebody made a good point. They said, it's history, what we was taught, even real there? And I'm like, you got a point. But it's always been about dividing the people here. What just happened if we all just really, regardless of what side we choose, decided to just do this? Do you know how much powerful powerful our country would really be. But the reality is, and me just using my common sense, I don't think it'll ever be like this. It's embedded. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people, it's for some people, it's just too late. Some people are going to go to their grave with their mind set on stone on who they go for, what they go for, and what they believe in. That's just the reality. That's the reality. That's just the reality. These people, no matter what you say, no matter what you put out there, no matter how much these people are being exposed, they're going to ride with these folks to the end. And that's just it. That's the reality of it.
United will never be defeated.
Wow. That sounds interesting. Now, it's a lot of people out there. Why is we hearing only like 4 or 5 of them? What are y'all really out there for on Easter Sunday doing here? What are we doing here? You turn around and you got all these people and you only feel like 4 or 5 saying the chant words. What the hell is going on here? A waste of time if you ask me. Because when y'all go to sleep and wake back up in the morning, y'all just go ahead and put in the comment section, President Trump is still your daddy. Let's get back into it. That's it. That's it.
You say how? We want justice. You say how? We want to live now. We want to live now. We want justice. You say how?
Okay, y'all. This is where we do the 1, 2, 3 at. And I'm not gonna stop this no more. This is where y'all got to get together. 1, 2, 3. Y'all saying we want justice, a defendant, whatever it is that y'all saying. Y'all need to count it out. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna say we want da 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 da, and then count to yourselves in your head 1, 2, 3, and y'all repeat it back to me. Cause I'm sick of seeing these people's protests and they can't come on one accord to say this chant. It's everywhere. All right, let's get organized. Whether we singing a song, doing a dance move, and chanting something we don't even know what the hell we chanting about. Let's all get on one page and try to chant this message out so we the people can try to understand and get what the hell y'all even out there for. I mean, I clearly know they're for anti because they got the whole hands off sign and stuff like that. But get some rhythm. Hell. There goes somebody beating something to count it off.
Oh, yes. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what.
They don't even know what it looked like. They have no clue what it looked like. Look at him in his phone. What are you there for? Look at these people looking like we just walking through. We don't even know what we walking through right now. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to get on by. He in his phone texting who knows what. Like, look, let's keep it going. Look at that. Look. I'm sick of these folks. I'm sick of y'all. I am sick of these people. Now, at Nancy Mace, brilliant. Rep Mace dismantles anti-voter ID agenda with 30 rapid fire questions. Let's get into it.
We've got voter ID, and I'm assuming Texas is the same way. Do y'all need IDs to buy alcohol?
Yeah.
When you're purchasing at the store.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to be sure that you are capable of doing that.
Right. Do you need an ID in Texas to buy cigarettes?
Yeah.
You can't buy them unless you're at least 21.
But do you have to show an ID to buy cigarettes?
You have to show an ID.
Okay.
Do you need an ID when you're getting a job and trying to get on payroll?
Yeah.
In Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID to go to the pharmacy and get a prescription in Texas?
It depends on this prescription.
Yeah.
But do you need an ID for some prescriptions in Texas?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you need an ID to get Social Security services in Texas?
You do.
Do you need an ID to rent an apartment in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID if you're going to buy a house and finance it via a mortgage in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID in Texas if you're going to board an aircraft and fly commercial?
Yes.
Did you fly commercial or fly a private jet on the way to DC?
A chartered plane.
Do you have to show an ID when you fly in a private charter jet?
Yes.
I wouldn't know. I've never flown on one. So did you need an ID to get in the building here today?
Yes.
Do you need an ID in Texas to open a bank account?
Yes.
To cash your check if you're working. Do you know, Representative Thompson, what percentage of blacks in Texas, black and brown African Americans, are registered to vote?
Oh, a huge percentage.
70%. Do you know what percentage of African Americans, black and brown Texans have voted on average or in the last election?
About 64%.
Correct. Do you know how many whites are registered to vote in Texas?
Far more than African Americans.
72%. You have 70% of blacks in Texas who are registered to vote. You have 72% of whites in Texas who are registered to vote. Do you know the percentage of whites who turned out to vote in recent elections?
I want to say over 50-some%.
65%. Yeah. Do you know what percentage of Hispanics are registered to vote in Texas?
No, I do not.
63%. Do you know what percentage of Hispanics voted in the last election?
I think it was over 40%.
53%. Hispanics are not voting in as high a numbers as blacks and whites in Texas. Do you know the percentage of Democrats that support voter ID?
Would you repeat your question?
Do you know the number or percentage of Democrats who support voter ID in this country?
I do not, but I don't think it's a whole lot.
72%. Do you know the number of black and brown and African Americans in this country who support voter ID?
No.
75%. Do you know the number of Hispanics that support voter ID in this country?
No.
81%. Do you know where the state of Texas is ranked with black voter turnout in this country?
With black voters turnout?
Mm-hmm. Do you know where Texas is ranked?
Oh, 44%.
The latest numbers that I read this morning was that Texas is ranked 10th. Do you know where Texas is ranked? So then top 10 in the country. Do you know where Texas is ranked with women voters?
Oh, way up in the 50s.
In the bottom third of this country. So I would argue that Texas has a more difficult problem with getting women out to vote than black and brown and African Americans. Thank you, and I yield back.
Well, Mike has been dropped. So you need an ID pretty much for every damn thing here. So why are we trying to vote out, not having IDs when it's time to actually vote? But who's going to go in the Oval and who's going to get in these places? Like, we have to have an ID for dang near everything we're trying to apply for in life here. And we're trying to go with, and we know why. Well, here's the thing. We don't want it no more. All we want is a simple, non-cheating, counting numbers correctly. We just want a smooth vote, okay? We don't want no problems. If we need an ID for every daggone thing in here, then you need an ID to be able to vote. Now, granted, I did hear about the elderly people and all that and things like that. I get it. I understand. Or some people, license expired and all that. Maybe there's something they can work out, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. Not saying that you can't get your ID, but they find out all other different types of ways to make stuff happen here. There's something that maybe they can figure out to get that way to everybody, you know what I'm saying, is treated fairly and can be able to vote. Because some people really cannot get out there to go into physical places and vote. I don't know what they're going to come up with, but maybe they can come up with something But mic drop. And the crazy thing is, do your homework when you know that you're getting ready to get questions asked and stuff like that. Now, I give the black lady a little bit of recognition because although she didn't know too much or nothing, she still knew and was kind of, on with the numbers and stuff. A slight off, but on, compared to all these other places that we just watched, like Brandon getting these folks and they don't know nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, know something about what state you're representing. Know something. You gotta do your homework, research. Anywho, y'all, I'm finna end this reaction with this. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, y'all. Make sure y'all have a great Easter. Enjoy the family, eat great food. You know what I'm saying? And just enjoy this day that the Lord has made, okay? This is Holy Week, y'all. Get your pray on, get your dance on, get your eat on, love on your family, love on your loved ones, make memories, y'all, because we never know when it's that time for us to go. Let's go ahead and chop it up in the comment section. Happy Easter, happy Easter, happy Easter. I am